join the members of the diplomatic corps, Dr. Nis Couch, the United Nations Resident Coordinator in the United Nations Agency in Liberia, our special guest, Honorable Mahama from Ghana, visiting us, my former colleague in ECOWAS Parliament. Good to see you, sir. Our motivational speaker, Mr. Roosevelt Banks. Honorable Yonadi Kamoyiksha, UNFPA Deputy Country Representative, heads of other international organizations, non-governmental agency, Madam Weeks, members of the clergy, members of the business community, members of the food estate, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. I am delighted to be here today to participate in this program, marking the first transitions of some of our at-risk youth from this detoxification and rehabilitation center, which was recently opened by my administration here at Boston in Mangibi County. You will recall that in June of last year, I launched a national fund drive for the rehabilitation and empowerment of the at-risk youth of Liberia, under the theme, Reclaiming Our Youth for a Better Liberia. At that time, I indicated that we had established the goal of raising approximately $13.9 million for this noble cause, with assistance from our development partners, including the United Nations system, the World Bank and African Development Bank, the IMF, and the diplomatic corps, as well as the prominent members of the business community. As a government, we have made an initial contribution of $1 million to kickstart the fund drive, and we intend to provide an additional $2 million to be appropriated within this year's budget to support this program. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, what you have witnessed here today is a manifestation of the seriousness that I have attached to this program and a demonstration of my personal commitment to rehabilitate these young people and fast-track their return to society as productive citizens. Funds are being raised on the fund drive, and other facilities are now being prepared to deal with the vast majority of these at-risk youth, which some estimators suggest number more than 130,000. These programs are designed to orientate, rehabilitate, and build their capacity over the long term through skills-based vocational training, as well as economically empowering them through jobs and business opportunity. However, because I'm a talk and do president, this personal initiative to put together a transitional program for the first group. I made a visit to the Invisible Park one day and saw many of them hanging around the park. Many of them were not in the best of health. Many of them have problems with their teeth, their eyes, and other illnesses. And I was so moved by their plight that I collected all of them that day and send them here to be taken care of. Today, during this program, you have seen the very positive results of this initiative. They were given appropriate medical care, including the necessary dental and eye treatment. They were put through an effective detoxification program for which they have all benefited. And they were made to attend various training programs that will give them some basic skill sets. And here they are before you today. Proud graduates of this first transitional program. Congratulations. Boys are ready to return to normal life with confidence and with assurance that they are appreciated and can now claim their rightful and respected place in our society. Please let us stand and give them a big hand of applause for this great transition. Congratulations. Fellow citizens, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, let me renew my commitment to improve the lives of the young people of Liberia. All of them, not just the youth that are at risk. As a youthful leader of this country, it should come as no surprise to anyone that I hold them very dear and very close to my heart. Today, we are seeing the first step in a journey of 1,000 miles. But it is a significant first step because it is the proof that we can make a significant change in their lives and livelihood. If only we can combine political will with passion and apply it with compassion. To the new graduates, I say congratulations and offer you my heartfelt best wishes for a new and productive life. Go forward on this program with your heads held on high and make Liberia proud of you. Before I close, I want to use the occasion to say thanks and appreciation to all of the doctors, the nurses, the dentists, and make sure that the children were able to condition their sacrifice will not go unnoticed. I listened to Dr. Brown, and Dr. Brown, again, you are correct. Dr. Brown and myself met during the Ebola time. I was not a government official. I was just a political leader when I heard that my country was attacked by Ebola. I make sure to bring drugs into the country that will help. Almost every hospital, because of political views, refused those medicines. And Dr. Brown was the only doctor, at that time he was at EAW, if I'm still correct. Dr. Brown, am I correct? And he told me it's in the interest of the country, and he took those drugs to help people at EAW. And I saw a young doctor that believed in this country. And based on that, I asked him when I become president, can you work with us? He said, no problem. And he's here today. The reason I'm saying this, I want to say a special thanks to Dr. Brown, because when we all strive for our nation to be good, politics get in the way. With politics, we will achieve nothing. Every citizen have the responsibility, whether you are government official or not, to make sure that you play your part for Liberia to be a better country. I did that when I was just a mere footballer, not even a professional soccer player. The peace we all enjoying today, we all fought for this peace. And this is why I say to you, Liberian, it's important for you to keep this peace. Because with peace, we will have a safe environment. We can change our children that need to be changed. We can build our country. We can live together in harmony. Now, Dr. Brown, thank you. But let me just divert a little bit and go to the parents of these children. You see, when we are parents, we need to be always wise. Our children leave us, and sometimes when they come back with trouble, we refuse them. Remember, if you refuse a child, you are bringing trouble to the other children that are in the house. So let me speak the simple English so the old man can hear it. I'm saying something because I had an experience. We listened to our motivational speaker, the young man. He spoke with passion. And I'm sure if I were in that position, I would speak with the same passion. But let me just speak with passion because of my experience as a person. The parents, your children are their children. If one spoil, if you don't take down, the rest will spoil. Because the one that spoil, when you refuse to change that one go outside. Trust me. If you get 5 children home, 2 or 3 will leave to follow that one. So when these children have issues, you need to do your best to keep them at bay, to keep them home. You know, while listening to the young man, I just laughed on my chair and started talking to Minister Mahoney. During our days, everything we wanted to do for people to know that we big people, we brave and how to call it. We used to go take 10. We used to go smoke marijuana. If we get game to go play, all of us got to smoke opium to feel that we are great players, we are better players, we are big people. Now, but after playing, you notice that you stay the same. Nothing changed. And now I said to you the other day during our program, if you go and take something, you put in your body that is not good, you're supposed to know. So most of your parents will not change you. The parents can only motivate you. Only you can change yourself. You understand? So you listen to Ambassador Scout. I said to my friends, I know so many drug abuse, it got nothing to do with rich or poor. It got to do with the human race. It got to do with behavior and peer pressure. I know so many millionaires that are addicted to drugs. They get all the wealth, they get companies, they get riches, but they get problems. They are addicted, they get drugs problem. I live in Miami. Most of my friends, they have issues. So it tells you that if the rich man have an issue, then drugs is not a good thing. So it's not just poor children, poor people. It's to quit is left with you. This is a young man. I remember, I want to say it again. I remember during my days of visiting Cesar Bar in Clarendon. At that time, things were hard, just like most of you. It was not easy. Grew up from a wealthy home, father and mother divorced. I was brought to the ghetto of Gibraltar in Shaolin. I lived in Shaolin my entire life. When I was in Shaolin, things were difficult. No, peer pressure. They take us to Sister Bar, we go there, we become pimp. And all we do, we are hooking people up. They may see the guy, you want the guy, okay, begin go. And all these things they taught us how to drink, how to smoke, how to hang around bars. But when the clock sounds, you have to change. I remember the day I decided I would no longer go to the street. And I remember this day, I explained to you, so if you are not motivated by that, then you have issues. You have issues. I remember when the liquor came to town called Go 21. The people of my age, they know that one. You hear somebody say sweet for her, who said it? The old man knows. See, old man, look out behind you there, you see your know age. Go 21. When you drink that one, it's sweet. You can drink 5, 6, 7 bottles non-stop. But the moment breeze blow you, trust me, you'll be walking on the ground, you think walking in the water. Now, even your horse roll, you'll miss where you're going. And I remember I took that Go 21. This is a life experience. You can use it for politics level. I am teaching you something here. So when you see, when you say the truth to people, a lot of people think that they have to call it. I say this so children can do what we did. When that Go 21 kick in, and then the 10-10 kick in, and then the marijuana kick in, plus the Guinness come inside. When I got home, I enter my room, the same room I'll be in when I'm normal. I was in the room away in the sea. I was walking on that water, and I was feeling good. I walked on that water. I woke up in the morning, I saw myself on the floor. And I said to myself, what? So, I slept on the floor. Oh. From today, I will never go to that Cesar Bar again. You understand? Because I felt what in my body. Nobody felt that way. My friends could not see me again. What happened? I said, my man, that thing I'm feeling with it. And the next thing I started to do now, I started focusing on playing. I could not smoke drugs anymore. No marijuana, no liquor, no nothing. And guess what? I started being serious going to practice. I used to jump from my house and run to Clarendon and practice. And this Matthew Barrow heard about me. They came for me. I joined Matthew Barrow. And I played for Matthew Barrow for some time. And the Born Range came for me. And then Invisible 11 came for me. The pastor that preached to you, that prayed for you, she knows me. She knows. Because her brothers and I play for the same team. So, to be successful, it got nothing to do with people. It got to do with you. It got to do with you. People will always help. Your parents will help. But the decision for you to succeed is your decision. If you believe that peer pressure will make you not to be successful, it's your belief. And that's what will happen. No one controls anyone. Our mind controls us. So, I'm saying to you, it's not necessary to be this way. It's not necessary. You are valuable and you are all leaders. Sometimes you got to think. You see, our friends, every time, and that's something that I will not encourage them here. And I want the children to know. We will not encourage because our children need to be changed. We are very sympathetic to them, that is good. But we also have to make them learn. They see every time we come to the gathering, they put themselves group and they call themselves Zogos. They give themselves name, they sinking for you to give them cash. We need to stop all this so the children can be serious. So they can be serious. You cannot label yourself and you're doing things like everybody has to be home. You gotta go to your parents. You gotta help yourself. If I will help you to give you money when you see me in the street, that money should go to buying copybook and pen or buying food, not to go buy drinks. So you parents, we have a responsibility to make sure that we don't groom the children into being lazy. You see, my experience leaving Liberia to Cameroon, from Cameroon to Abidjan, Abidjan back to Cameroon, Cameroon to Europe, it was not a difficult, it was not a smooth ride. It was very difficult. And this one, they all know that in life, you have to struggle. But struggling in life is to prepare yourself. So tomorrow, I remember my first job. I was working at Liberia Telecommunication, $50. Samuel Doe money that what I was making while I was in the switchboard department. And the only reason I took that job because I wanted to leave the streets. To find something to do. Our children need to leave the streets. They even need to agree to work, to go to school and learn skills and work. We need to encourage them. And you see the children come in tons, 1,500, and they're holding placards and they are recording as Zogos. No, these are not Zogos. These are future leaders of our country. We call them Zogos. You understand? Yeah, most of them make mistakes in life, but we have to fight to change that. But to change that, themselves have to make that change. You look at our country that is developed today. You know why? Because all of us decide to make that change with our international partner. Every time we go away, we let our people know that our people need roads, they need free education, they need this, to talk to them. So let us make sure parents advise the children to leave the street. Do not let your child go astray. Don't be tired, because some of us will get some first stage children in our family. I don't care what we do, but you can hold your ear. I grew up with a grandmother. My ear not cut, it will never cut. You understand? I live in the West Ghetto in Liberia, Shaolin. But I am a good man. So Shaolin did not take me away. But I went to Shaolin all the time. One day I decided I'm not going to Shaolin anymore. You know what I did? Now I tried to change the Shaolin. I remember I joined the CID. Then the street man became the officer to arrest those people that to Shaolin. So that's my experience. Marijuana, I was on record in Gibraltar, in that church. I was the arresting officer of marijuana. Because I knew that marijuana was bad. So I was the one that arrested the opium from the church in Gibraltar when I was working as an informer and carrying bash. Because I wanted to clean our community. If I didn't want to clean a community, I want to say, well, no problem, we'll do it. So sometimes you can change. Because I knew the right thing was to make sure that if that marijuana get into our community, most of our young children will be spoiled. So you see, from the substance abuser to the cop. And today I'm standing here as your president. Don't you want to be president of Liberia? Eh? You don't want to be president? You don't want to be a lawmaker? You don't want to be successful? But then you need to stop what you're doing. To be successful, you need to be prepared, and you need to exert yourself. You need to do the right thing. No one does the wrong thing and they are successful. And if they did the wrong thing, it will not be long. So, going forward from here, please. We saw your drama, we heard it. Don't let your friend fool you again. The Jamaica Z, you just name it. Let me look at our retina now. Jamaica Z, Eggnog, the Coos, all the one that everything that pass. We're in a new year. And this new year, you must change for good. And the only reason you're going to change for is for your own reason, for your own good, not for none of us. We'll be proud of you when you change, because we'll say, see, that person one time we help them. That's government responsibility to help you. But for you to be successful, it's left with you. So, our friends and family, what you're doing today, no one will be bold to tell you that they've been through it. All of us that live in the ghetto, we have done that. We have done that. I will not place in or sent out to be restrained, no. But I did all that. Today, because I refused for that to take over me, today I'm standing here. I was the best footballer in the world. You understand? So, living substance will make you achieve your goal. So don't promise us. Never promise us. Promise yourself. Because if you promise us that you will change, that's not a change because you live in us. We are not together. Promise yourself that I am quitting. And that's the way you survive. But if you tell us that I'm quitting and you turn your back and go right back to that society, trust me. And the worst thing you do to lie to yourself. So you got to mean it, you got to believe it, and you got to do it. We're coming to your age. Tomorrow we may not be here. Everybody is here today. The NISCA, the Zoga Wilson are trying to build facility and what have you. The Dr. Brown. Tomorrow we may not be here. You will have a responsibility to drive your life, to achieve your goals of life. Nobody can achieve it for you. And don't be sorry for yourself. Don't let nobody be sorry for you. Because when you allow people to be sorry for you, it becomes sorrowful. You know what I'm saying? So, let us live here and be strong in our mind. And make sure that those substances don't overtake our life. I think it's important. Look at you. If I go to the video and when I saw you, it's like, look, some people don't deal with people, look at how they look. I look at others, I'll just tell my friend just now, I say, I didn't know how the children beautiful, I didn't. When I saw you, the first time I saw the first girl was smile with me. I said, chill. You understand? But I was looking at the video, the silly girl was smile with me. I said, chill. I said, what? You understand? So I go through the video and I saw, you see, if you look at the video, you'll see where you're from. You understand? And when you look at yourself, where you came from, you look at that video, there is a reason to even change. You understand? So it tells you that you are beautiful. You are beautiful, you are productive, And if you exert yourself, you can be a leader. So if you look at the video, I hope that Apito will give you guys a key of the video so you can take it home, so you can watch it. Every time you think about going back and you watch that video, and I show you will not go back. So we're going to use the occasion to say again a big thank you to Dr. Brown, to all of the people, the young men that brought you here. You know, our work is to listen to people and help. We are just, as people say, the clergy say, angels. We are just angels passing by. You know what I'm saying? But those people, the young men there, and our motivational speaker, they are here to help you. So I want to wish you all a prosperous new year and a good health. And I hope that the program that the government start with Yoga Wisdom, and we will do our best so you can be helped. Dr. Brown, I listen to you, but again, you're right. We cannot isolate our children because they are in trouble. In New York, everywhere they have a facility to rehabilitate people is in the city. And I have to tell you, Brooklyn, I live in Queens, I live in Brooklyn, I live in Miami, I live everywhere in the world. Those centers are not centers that are isolated. Because they want people to kick up to them, so they bring them closer, or they guard them. So you are right. So anywhere you believe that we can put the facility, and that land is government land, government will be glad to give you that land so you can use it. So we'll check the land commission, and what you're talking about, I will make it work with you so you can show him, so you can look at his document. If that land belongs to government, it don't belong to anyone, trust me, it will be given to you so you can develop it, so you can help our young people. God bless you all.
Thank you, Mr. President. At this time,